Hi guys, welcome to Southern Belle Speaks Sunday. As you can see, I have a nice little backdrop here. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Anywho, if you hear any noises in the background, just ignore them. So we've got some nice little plaques here. This one says, "Make this moment," and this one says, "Life is my favorite adventure," and this one says, "Girl Boss." So I just have them on my nightstand next to my bed. You guys can help me out with some suggestions on how I can improve this backdrop. And I have to get maybe like a little stool or something, I don't know, just so you can see my little plaques in the background and everything. But I got these two because my colors for my channel are around this color scheme, so I thought that would be cool to have them here, and just a little bit of glam. Even though I'm not a glam channel, I thought maybe when I do sit down videos it would be really nice to have a nice background. So I'm recording this actually on Saturday, but when you guys see it, it will be Sunday, so happy Sunday. I'm recording this ahead of time so that I can edit and post, and maybe I'll do a premiere type thing, just so Sunday I'm not rushing to make a video. So I have my natural hair out today. Shrinkage is real life. I got a nice little bow and a bang. I'm getting ready to put some crochet in my hair either today or tomorrow. So my hair is temporarily out, but I find that it grows better when it's braided up. So that's what I do. So the topic of today is my YouTube sis Chrissy Daily. I'll leave a link to her channel down below. She suggested the topic relationships for another Southern Belle Speaks Sunday. As you guys, if you've seen my last video, my last Southern Belle Speaks, I was asking for help coming up with topics. I really want to do advice columns and stuff like that. Well, advice videos. So I was looking for some help towards that with you guys, leaving some topics that you would like me to talk about down in the comments. So like I said, she suggested relationships, so we're going to talk on that. It's a broad spectrum, but I narrowed it down with some thoughts that I had, just actually some things that I've been thinking about recently. So if you don't know, I am in a relationship currently, and who I was 2 years ago in that relationship, in this relationship, and who I am now is completely different. And I'm just been learning and growing and finding out like what I want and who I am in a relationship. And this isn't obviously my first relationship, but the difference is I'm an adult now, and circumstances change into it being an adult relationship. I believe that the relationships that I was in before were, childlike relationships. Not childlike, but kid-like. Teenage, college, high school, those kind of relationships where you're not really serious. And now things are kind of different, and I'm getting that feel. But, a lot of people say stay single as long as you can, or single is more fun, or whatever. And in the religious community, with me being a PK, it's like, oh, get married as soon as you can, settle down and everything like that. And a lot of people do that just for the simple fact so they don't have to worry about fornication. I'm not going to get into all of that, but one thing that most people join a relationship for is just out of fear of being alone. And that was one thing that I, struggled with, and why I entered so many relationships over my lifetime was just because, I didn't want to be alone. Everybody else had boyfriends. I didn't really have many friends. I kind of stayed to myself. I'm a unique person where my personality is very bubbly, and I know a lot of people. I socialize with a lot of people when I'm out, but as far as having like friends to hang out with and spend time with, I don't really have. And I won't deny that part of that isn't of my own doing. But so I always just wanted that one person to hang out with every day and spend time with every day. So I look to guys. And if you see me looking down, I have a notebook down here. I have some thoughts written down on it just so I can stay on task and not take up too much time. But I think that when looking for a relationship, you shouldn't look for a relationship. You should take time to find yourself, find out what you need, what you want, find out what you have to offer and what flaws you bring to the table. And then, if you make a genuine connection with somebody, that's, when you join a relationship. But one thing that I didn't really learn until after, experiencing other people through work and through college life is that it's okay to date. Me being a Christian girl and not wanting to, go from guy to guy, or have a stigma about me, about, being passed around or whatever. Every time I liked a guy, I'm like, okay, well, we should be in a relationship, right off the bat. Or they would, and I immediately accept. But the thing is that, it's not enough time to get to know somebody. And just because somebody said something to me the other day was just like profound, I thought. He said, you're the type of person that thinks you have to be with somebody just because you like them. And I'm like, well, duh. Like, why not? But, the thing is that why should you be with somebody just because you like them? Are they a good person for you? Or, do they possess the qualities that you desire in a mate? How is being with them going to reflect you? Do they have habits that you may not like in the future? We kind of stop at we like each other, and especially with us Christian girls, we're kind of nesters, and we feel like we settle down. We're not going from guy to guy, but nobody's saying that you have to sleep with all these different guys. You shouldn't, but there's nothing wrong with getting to know people and figuring out what you like. And that's one thing that I really didn't do. And I'm not saying I regret that and, that's what I'm going to go out and do now. I'm not. But it's just something to keep in mind. Yes, I'm in a relationship now, but if today he decided he didn't want to be with me anymore, you make friends. It doesn't always have to be a sexual or whatever relationship. There's, it's okay to have platonic friends and just figure out what you admire and, what you desire in a man without ever having to cross that line. And so I think that we all need to find the importance in just getting to know each other as people and not focusing on having to have somebody all the time. I think that with this social media thing, with relationship goals and couple goals, it gets us off track. I think the best thing to do is just stop and figure out what you want and make sure that that it's okay to be alone. It's okay to just hang out with yourself and find out who you are and what you want, and make platonic friends and say, hey, I like that this guy does this. I like that this guy does that. He's respectable. So that doesn't mean that you have to date him, but just when you're looking for the right person, or when the right person approaches you, and you have this mental checklist, do they have most? You don't have to be picky, but consider. So I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave some suggestions down below. Share with a friend if you don't mind, and follow me on my handles.